We at Fourth Purpose don't pretend to have all the answers, but we care. That's why Dr. Christy Anderson has studied global best practices that have led to a strengthened corrections workforce. She brings her own corrections experience to the table, as well as a medical mental health background. This experience has prepared her to speak to the well-being of our corrections workforce. The training you are about to view is designed to give you tools and interventions to help withstand the stressors common to this demanding job.
Welcome to the Values-Based Wellness Plan, a wellness plan crafted specifically for the correctional workforce. We all know that our correctional staff is our most valuable resource, and we need to invest in them. And there are some great trainings out there, trainings that really increase their competencies and give them what they need to do the job. Yet we also know that our time is limited, our staff is limited, and our training budget dollars are limited. So why would I encourage you to prioritize a wellness training? Well, I'm glad you asked. And to answer that question, I have to give good news and bad news. Let's start with the bad news first. The physical and mental and emotional effects of the corrections job has largely been ignored by society in comparison to the other public safety positions. It has not been until the last 10 years that we've had some good research that's been conducted on the correctional workforce to find out the effects of this job, and the results are bleak. We have found that more than half of our staff have metabolic syndrome, which puts them at a higher risk for heart attack and stroke. There are high rates of obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. 1 out of 3 are showing signs of PTSD. There are high rates of anxiety and depression among our staff. Our staff are 20% more likely to go through divorce. There's a 39% higher suicide rate among our correctional staff. More than half say that this job has had a negative impact on their family life, and less than half say that they feel that they've made a positive influence in their work. And most alarmingly, 1 out of 10 correctional officers are having suicidal thoughts, and that rate actually increases after retirement. Do those results surprise you? When you compare correctional officers to other public safety servants, you find that our suicide rates and our PTSD rates are much higher. So let's talk about it. As a society, we've cared about the well-being of people like the police, firefighters, and the military. And because we've cared about what this job is doing to their health, research dollars have gone into studying what the job does to them, and money has gone in to invest in training and resources to help them withstand the demands of the job. That hasn't been going on for correctional officers. A matter of fact, we didn't even know how bad this job was hurting our staff until the last 10 years. But now we know, and we must act. So as we develop tools and resources to give our staff to help them withstand the demands of the job, we should expect a better outcome. And now some good news. In developing tools and resources for our staff, not only will we see improvement in their well-being, but we will also increase their professionalism and their competencies. As we educate our staff, we can also educate the public and bring valorization to corrections. Public perception changes only when our staff is healthy and thriving and telling a better story so that the world can understand just how important our work is. Here's a little inspiration to get us started.
What does it mean to have valor? As correctional officers, you're part of a larger family of public safety servants that exhibits selfless courage to protect the general public. Yet, you typically don't receive the same level of support and honor as these other professions, and that has hurt recruitment, retention, and officer well-being. You have the power to change that. But first, we have to remember that valor doesn't come only from ceremonies and badges. It comes from within. When we work to increase our level of professionalism, competencies, and expectations, then we build a sense of valor within our workforce that the public will begin to recognize. How do we increase our professionalism? It's not enough to look professional, we must speak and behave professionally. For example, never use humiliating or degrading language, not with our coworkers or with those in our custody. How do we increase our competencies? Take action. Seek out resources to study, attend trainings, and engage in open and honest communication about how to do the job better and manage the unique stressors of corrections? How do we increase our expectations? You are in a position of power, which comes with responsibility. It is imperative that you hold yourself and others to that standard of valor and speak out against injustices among our workforce to create environments where human dignity is respected and healthy, transformational leadership and growth is encouraged. When you act on the valor that is within you, the reputation of corrections will begin to change. You are valuable agents of transformation who are instrumental in the creation of thriving and safe communities. Virtue manifests itself in action. We're with you.